Hey yo guys, this is Zach. This is another Castle podcast where we don't have your princess, but we have your podcast. Can't sing. Can't sing at all. We've been off for about 2 weeks or so. Jared hasn't been feeling well. We had Labor Day weekend hit us. Work, life, everything in between. You guys know how it is. Hopefully we won't have to make you guys wait that long anymore. But, yeah, it's just going to be me today. I'm going to talk with you guys. Not about too much stuff. I don't want to keep you too long. You guys are probably out doing some fun stuff. I'm not sure. I know I've been having just a blasty blast in life in general. You know, it's kind of how it goes. But two big things that I want to talk about in just a second. We had a part 1 for our Gamescom and all of our stuff with D23. Yeah, that episode got lost in the ether. No clue. Not sure what happened. But it happened so long ago at this point now, with video game news being just like a weekly just funnel of information, that we're just going to jump right into the stuff that's happening right now. So the two things I want to talk about today is today officially, if you're listening today on the 10th, is Gears of War 5. Comes out today. If you are a Games Pass Ultimate subscriber, though, you got a couple days early. I am. Jared is. Basically, a lot of people we know are. So everyone I know's got a chance to play it. Multiplayer, co-op, all that kind of stuff. Some things happened with the network issues. I'll talk about that. And just my overall impressions about the game. Then, no, I think first I'm going to go with the Nintendo stuff. Because Switch had a Direct. Well, Nintendo had a Direct. And Nintendo had a Direct that gave us a lot of good information. I really enjoyed it. It was just kind of nonstop with stuff I wanted. I really, really wanted. So, let's press that start button. All right. First thing I want to talk about is the Nintendo Direct. It was good. Really, really good, actually. I guess I'll just go ahead and go right to the lead. SNES games finally on Switch. Been waiting for this for a long time. Growing up, I didn't have a Super Nintendo. My cousin had one, and I remember playing it at his house and thought it was cool and everything. I had a Genesis. And I think looking back on it, the two main reasons I went with Genesis, as if, I had a job and bought my own shit. The main reason I went with Genesis is because there was blood in Mortal Kombat and the sports titles. Being younger, was really into sports and stuff too, as well as video games and skateboarding and all that kind of fun stuff. But still, that was kind of the main reasons I had that. So ever since then, I hadn't really had a chance. I played off and on. Of course, played Super Mario World, did all that kind of fun stuff, but I never really, I've never owned one, actually. Yeah, I've never owned a Super Nintendo. So when they started remaking those games, I remember back, I think it was 2000 or 2001 when the Game Boy Advance SP came out. I was working at Target in Northern Virginia, and it came out, and they were labeling things like Super Mario Land 3. I think it was Super Mario Land 3. I should have done my due diligence. And that was just a remake of Super Mario Land, or Super Mario World. So I remember playing that and really liking it. It's kind of a nostalgia factor because we never actually beat it. I think my cousin has beaten it, but I have never actually beaten it. So I've always liked the Super Nintendo era, and I felt like it's held up better, better than the 8-bit Nintendo, the NES days. Because as you know, if you're a Nintendo Switch Online subscriber, that's how you get these games, and they're free and included as long as you're an active member, which is great. Makes me worried sometimes though for game preservation, but um, no, I just always thought that they still held up as like looking good. Like you could play Super Metroid today, and you could think it was just like a retro release that they've done of a Metroid game, and just go, oh, okay. Or the same thing with I'm actually rebeating Zelda: Link to the Past, and I'm just like, okay, this looks like every other kind of indie that's on Switch, and I'm completely down for that. But I've always kind of held that Super Nintendo era kind of close to something I really wanted to kind of explore, even though for me, retro gaming is kind of hard to do, with graphics the way they are and game integration and everything. But I think they kind of nailed it with this collection. Um, so I was really excited, especially I remember back when, the first virtual console was on Wii and you could buy your old games. And so of course I bought, Link to the Past and I bought Mario 3, even though that's a NES game, I know. And I bought all that stuff and loved it, played it. It was one of those things I'd hop on, play for a while, and just be okay with it and be like, I really want to sit down one day and actually kind of go through these and experience them myself. Even though I'm not, I'm 34 now, I'm not going to have the same experiences back then, but I still want to know what I'm talking about when it comes to that. So I've always held the SNES kind of era close to something like I want. When I have a Nintendo product, I want that. And I've been waiting for it. I mean, I was shocked when there was no virtual console to start out with. It kind of flabbergasted me. So I was just like, why? They have a virtual console on the fucking 3DS. So why not this? So I don't know. It's just something I've wanted. A lot of people have actually wanted it. I mean, it's been like the number one requested thing was SNES games, and now they're hoping the 64 is next, which I hope as well, because I'll replay the hell out of Mario 64. But anyways, right off the bat, boom, SNES games. And guess when they're coming out? Tomorrow. I mean, this direct was kind of, I mean, spoiler alert for that, it was kind of full of those moments where things were coming out that day, the next day, the day after. Um, and I love that. I mean, I think it was the 5th, and, they were like, oh, it's coming out, on that day. And I was just like, wow, totally down. I mean, I literally waited for the exact moment refreshing the store to get these games. And it's an amazing collection. I mean, from Super Mario World 1 and 2, which I never put together, Yoshi's Island is Super Mario World 2. I don't know why I never put that together. Um, but yeah, I played that, and they have Link to the Past on there, Super Metroid. I mean, F-Zero. I mean, it's a home run collection, absolutely. I did want to buy the SNES Mini, but it kind of became inevitable that everyone knew that this was going to happen because they had that leak about the controller. Just like they sold the NES style controllers when the NES collection came out on Nintendo Switch Online, there was a leak. I don't think it was an Amazon leak, but it might have been. And there was a leak where they leaked the SNES controller, as it being full wireless, made by Nintendo. They have the Super Famicom version even too, if you want to buy that and have the more collars on your buttons. And it's not one where you have to slide it on the console to charge or anything like that. And so I was just like, wow, okay, done. I'm not gonna mess with the SNES Mini. Not to mention too, it's wired, and I have a dog, and my dog runs in between me and the TV all the time, and that's the last thing I need is some old school my animal pulling crap out of the television. I figured I'd just wait, and sure enough, they delivered, and boy, it works great. Me and my brother did the full online functionality. These the Nintendo Online kind of nails it with the Super Nintendo Online stuff. Um, the lobby system's kind of odd, and uh, my phone did notify me though that I was in a chat room and that or that the chat was available, which was really cool. I enjoyed that, and it worked pretty well. Me and my brother got on there and tried it out, and we switched between games. We did the virtual controller, which if you don't know what that is, it's where you can be playing, a single player game, and you can pass the controller at any point. You just hit the LZ and RZ buttons, and it brings up a suspension menu, and then you just tap, I think it's X or Y, I think it's Y, and you essentially pass the controller to your friend online, and then you can watch them play, and you can give them critiques. You have a little finger pointer that you can point stuff out, say, look here or go there or jump this direction or whatever, and then you can click your right stick and make it clap, which is kind of funny. And it worked really well. We had a blast. We played online F-Zero, which is fun. We played online Super Mario Kart, which was crazy. Was super excited about that. So all the games work great. I'm going through right now. I'm beating Zelda: A Link to the Past essentially for the first time, like the full thing all the way through. They did keep the rewind features, which is great. Your save points, which is great, because the rewind features just helps you out that much more, because you don't have to rely on your last save state. You can just hop back a couple seconds and just do something over. Like if you have an enemy and he hits you and you're like, you can just back up real quick and know not to be hit by that enemy. I really like it a lot. It's going to make it easier to play the game, because I remember being really good at these games. Like, I remember being good and playing it, and then when I really thought about it, as young as I was, the NES came out the year I was born, which is 1985, and the SNES was 91 or 92, so I was, a little bit older. But I remember playing the NES when I was probably about 5 or so, and I essentially just played the first level over and over again and had a blast. I remember playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on NES and thinking this is like one of the greatest. This is awesome. Love this game. Love the music. Love the intro. Love all stuff. And I've since went back and played it on other collections that have had that game on it, and it's hard as hell. Like, there's no way I could have beat it back then, let alone now. So I think I'm looking at it, with nostalgia factor, rose-colored glasses, all that kind of stuff. But Super Mario World, man, some places can be brutal. Super Metroid is more fun than brutal, but still has the brutality, like, great level design, as everyone knows. Super Mario Kart, I'm not sure how well that aged. Not 100% sure how well that aged. And, I mean, what else did we play? We played the Caveman one, which I've never heard of. A lot of beat-em-ups, and I know I'm forgetting some. But they're there. It's great. It's awesome. And I'm really, really happy that they finally put them on there. The only problem, like I said, is, game preservation. What happens when they say this game goes down? I can't play that game anymore. I kind of like just buying it and having it. But then again, the value factor is so overwhelming with this being $20 a year. And you have these games no matter what, as long as they don't pull them, which I don't know why they would. You have those games for a year, which is a great value. Now, some technical side notes: you do have to, from what I've read and what everyone's been reporting on, you do have to check in every 24 hours to be able to play the games offline. So if you have a Wi-Fi hotspot or something, you can just ping, get online, boot, load it up real quick, bam, you're good for 24 hours. So plane rides shouldn't be a problem. None of that should be a problem for you guys. There is that little kind of caveat with the whole thing. The download was super fast. I can't believe how fast it downloaded all these games. I mean, I have fast internet, but it was fast. And so, I mean, that's great and everything. I do know if you have Amazon Prime, you therefore have Twitch Prime. I'm not sure how many people knew that was included. I just found this out like about a month or so ago. And Twitch Prime will give you 3 months of Nintendo Online for free. So anyone that has Amazon Prime, even just for the video, and you have a Switch, you can get online right now. Yeah, if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. And Twitch Prime will give you 3 months free for Nintendo Switch Online. That's great. So if you have Amazon Prime and a Switch and the internet and you just want to try it out, you can right now. This is not an ad. I'm just saying it's a really cool thing. A lot of people I know didn't know about it. I think actually everyone that I told didn't know about it. Anyways, no, it all works out great. Tons of NES games, if you've not even tried those, and it has all the classics. The SNES ones are great, and I am guessing that this just means that they're going to keep adding more to it, which is what I want them to do. There's still a couple more on there. Super Mario RPG. Another game I would definitely want to try out after seeing the Angry Video Game Nerd play it is... It's not Mother, it's Earthbound. That's it. It came to me. Just need to think a little bit. But I really want to play that game. Heard so much good praise about that one, so I really want to try it out. So I'm hoping that those two are probably going to be some of the first two that they add in when they add this expansion. People thought that they were going to up the price. I heard IGN saying they're definitely going to up the price. Glad that they didn't. But what I've been hearing is that if they add Nintendo 64 games, then they definitely will up the price. Which I wouldn't blame them. I mean, $20 a year is pretty good. So that happened. And then there's a lot more. There's a lot more. So to recap that, SNES finally on Switch. It's great. It works. The online's fun. Really, 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 really like it. Gonna play it after I'm done recording this podcast, actually. And I cannot wait to actually say that I finally beat Zelda: Link to the Past. I know, shame on me. Everyone, get on Anchor or whatever. Send me voice clips, yelling, doing whatever, or cheer me on. That'd be great. I would really like that too. Hey! Oh, okay, I made it. You're not gonna believe this, but I'm re-recording my sponsor ad. Yep, this is a sponsor. This is gonna be for Anchor. You guys have probably heard my old Anchor thing, and I didn't like it anymore, so guess what? I'm re-recording it. And you guys already know what Anchor is if you're listening to my podcast, because if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. I'm doing it for free right now. I did it for free the other day. I did it for free 2 weeks ago. It's all free all the time. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone, like me, or your computies. If you want to go on your computer and do a little more to it, you can. But I have no problem doing it all on my phone. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. They do. I know. It can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, iHeartRadio, everything. I went through a couple channels. Anchor helped me out a lot. Them creating an RSS feed was life-changing for podcasts. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. No minimum listenership is what the hell I'm trying to say. You can do that. No problem. You can have 17 people like me, or 100 people, sometimes like me, or even more people. Me, Joe Rogan. Same type, same thing. It's everything you need to make a podcast. So please go download the Anchor app. You can also listen to podcasts on the Anchor app too and be very interactive. It's not just for making your own podcast. And you can even hook up and leave comments and send messages to your favorite creators. Here's the way you do it. You either download the Anchor app, like I said before, or you go to anchor.fm on your computers, your Apples, your PCs, whatever. That's all you have to do. Go do it. On to more news about the Nintendo Direct. There's a lot of stuff in here, so I'm going to not shotgun information, but I'm going to go through it so you guys are involved. Hopefully you guys go watch it. Hopefully this podcast gets you excited for it. If you haven't watched it, definitely go watch it. It's on your Switch, it's on YouTube, it's on everywhere, so you can watch it wherever you're at. The way they let it, though, the whole Direct, was another leak that happened besides the controller for the SNES. There was a case that was leaked on Amazon for the Nintendo Switch, and it was for Overwatch. It was black and orange, it looked really cool, and they immediately took it down. Not before a billion people screenshot it, of course, but they took it down pretty fast, and that's usually an indicator that this is going to be a real thing. Don't know why it wasn't on it sooner. I think Apex Legends needs, sidebar. I think Apex Legends needs to be on Switch. Absolutely. If Fortnite can work on it, then I think Apex can work on it, especially if Overwatch can work on it. So, anyways, they led with Overwatch. Had a trailer, did the whole nine, right out of the gate, boom, before they even said hi. It was an Overwatch trailer. It was great. And they confirmed it, and it's coming out on October 15th. So they promised new ways to play, like gyro controls. But is that all they meant? Not sure. There wasn't more to it. But Overwatch is coming to Switch October 15th of this year, which is great. That's right around the corner. It's a little over a month away. So that'll be fun. I might pick it up. Like I said a while ago, the Switch has this portability factor. Just like with the SNES games, where there's usually, if the version on Switch is close enough to the console version, point in case being Diablo 3, that portability factor is huge. So I've played Overwatch, yeah, good game, I like it, but having it portable, that's another thing. Now, it being an online game, that's another thing. So I guess there's a lot of different factors going into this or whatever, but being able to take just my console straight over to a friend's house and doing it is really appealing. Probably going to be $60. I really hope it's not $60. It's probably going to be $60. They have that Nintendo factor where we're going to put it on a card, and they'll probably put half of it on a card and blah, blah, blah. But they just keep reiterating how expensive those cards are, those tiny cards. But I get it. SD cards are expensive. I don't know if these are. They might be. They might be telling the truth. I don't know. I've not done the due diligence on that. I'm not 100% sure, but I know they say it's expensive, and that's why sometimes they will have a game that comes out on another platform for $30, and then this one will come out for $40. So there's that. But I'm guessing it'll be $60. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't, and I'd be shocked if it was $30. So there's that. Overwatch. Anyone that plays Overwatch, there you go. Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition is available on Switch the day of the actual Direct, so it's available now. One cool thing about this game is, I don't know too much about it, but running in the background is it's going to support cross saves between Steam and Switch, which is cool. My laptop's not that great. Don't play a lot of Steam. That's not the thing though. If it can cross save between Steam, then can it cross play between other consoles? I know Nintendo and Microsoft have been playing well together pretty well lately, and it would be really great if I could have I don't have an Xbox One X yet, but when I do, it'd be great to be able to play an actual 4K robust version of something, depending on the game, and being able to take it portably, essentially creating a Microsoft portable system. We already know that Xbox Live app, kind of Google Stadia thing is coming from Microsoft, and they're saying that's going to be available on Switch, so that could be great. But I love the cross factor in this. I think it's really going to help build rapport with games, and I'm glad that Microsoft and Nintendo are doing it. Sony has been late to the table, but they have came, so that's really good. I'm glad that they do it. I want them to join in as well. It's just going to mean more support across the board for games or whatever. So the fact that this game does that, as far as I know, it's the only game that has any kind of cross saves between Steam and Switch, which is great because that kind of opens the door for Steam and Switch, so you have your PC and your Nintendo gamers now collaborating, which could be really, really fun. So I'm happy about that. That's great. Other news. Game Freak. Pokemon people. Game Freak's town is now called Little Town Hero. I think I put the wrong emphasis on that. Little Town Hero. Littleton Hero? No. Little Town Hero. The information we got is... Sorry I'm saying a lot. I gotta stop doing that. I gotta enunciate, slow down, and stop saying The main character's name is Axe. A-X-E. But he doesn't have one. Or any other weapons. Besides ideas. This game from developer of Pokemon looks like a pretty straightforward JRPG with some clever battle ideas. Music composed by Undertale creator Toby Fox. That's going to be available on October 15th. Pre-purchase and preloads available. I like that feature a lot. I actually did it with Gears. I'm not trying to cut into the Gear stuff yet, but did it with Gears. It was great. Boom. Playable right when it said it was going to be. That was great. We'll get into that later, but I like this with games. I really like that a lot. Here's one. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is coming in 2020. Great. Everyone that I've talked to about Xenoblade 2 has said, oh yeah, Xenoblade 2 is great, but have you played the first one? No. No, I have not. And now I'll be able to. So it might actually make me hold off from buying the second one, but I think it'll definitely make me want to buy the second one because I'll have the first one, and then vice versa. I just need 100 hours in adult lifetime to be able to play that game. So I don't know, but it's all good news. I subscribe to the I think it's Pets, isn't it? Yeah, Pets. Put everything on the Switch. I know there's an O in there, but still. Yeah, so Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is coming. Here's one I'm really okay with. Assassin's Creed Rebel Collection will be available December 6th. Now, this is going to have Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, which was great, and then Assassin's Creed Rogue. Haven't played that one. I'm going to get slaughtered for this, but if I remember right, I think that's the one that was on... It wasn't on Vita, I don't think. Maybe? This is the only problem with doing a podcast by yourself, is you can't bounce it off someone else. Oof. So yeah, the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag and Assassin's Creed Rogue is going to be available on the Switch December 6th, which just is good. More Assassin's Creed on Switch, more of them, and more of the good ones, which is great. I love it. Okay. Bethesda's been really, really good with the Switch. I mean, Doom on it, unless you were side by side, it was insanely playable, insanely still fast, great ass game. Loved it, had it for my Switch. I've since sold it, but I beat it on my Switch and it was great and I loved it. Bethesda's re-releasing Doom 64. Yep. So if your particular flavor of Doom was Nintendo 64 version, you'll be happy to hear that it'll be out for Switch on November 22nd. So, sweet. Yeah. I mean, they just released Doom 1, 2, and 3, which I was surprised 3 was on there, because I loved that game on the OG Xbox. Which is really just a remaster of the first one. Great graphics, great lighting effects. It still holds up. And then, of course, they have Doom 2016, and then they're going to have the new Doom on there, and now they have Doom 64. So, yeah, essentially this system's going to have all the Dooms. A Nintendo system, which used to not be able to have blood or mature games on it, or not. I mean, they could have, they just never did. So it's just crazy. Now I can play virtually every Doom that's available. I'm happy with that. Pet everything on Switch. Tetris 99. It's another free game you get if you have Nintendo Switch Online. It's getting a new mode. It's called Invictus. Yeah, I was over dramatic. No, it's called Invictus. Tetris 99 is getting a new mode called Invictus for the absolute best of the best players. There's also a 2-player version versus the computer, and that'll be paid DLC. Oof. This is all available now, and they're actually going to sell a packaged version of this. Now, you might scoff at it, but you get the DLC, the game, which is free. So you get the DLC, but then also you get a year of Nintendo Switch Online. And Nintendo Switch Online does stack. So that means that you can get your Twitch 3 months, buy this, get the DLC, and then get another year at pretty much a discounted price for Nintendo Switch Online, which will give you, 15 months? So it's not bad if you're a massive Tetris fan. It's a fun game. I mean, I, I play it and I don't 100% know what I'm doing because there's, you move the right stick and it does these things where you attack and you do that or whatever. Essentially, you just play really good Tetris and you knock other people out by playing good Tetris. And I've got into the 20s, top 20 out of 100, well, 99. So it's 100, but it's fun. I mean, basically, if you don't care about the online or whatever, just play. It's just Tetris. It's just you can play Tetris, and also you're going against other people, which is always fun. That's going to be the package version is going to be available September 6th. Um, another another Damon Ex Machina demo will launch today, which is available now. It says you'll play the beginning of the game, and just like Octopath Traveler did and other games are doing, and they're starting to do them now, your progress will carry over. It'll include a 4-player local co-op mode, and the full game will have online play when it launches. So I'm super happy about that. Couldn't be happier. I've actually played the demo. It was interesting. I don't know for sure if I'm going to buy it, but I'm happy now that if I do, I don't have to restart. I mean, that was kind of the draw to Octopath. I wanted to get into it. Oh, I can play the first 3 hours of the game free, Octopath Traveler? Yes. Yes, I will do that. I will do that all day. Well, for 3 hours. And then I went and got it. I got it actually as a birthday gift and popped it in and asked me if I want to transfer my continue over. It did. And I could just start right there and go, yeah, cool. Oh, yeah, this is where I was at. Huh. More news. Oh, Pokemon news. Here we go. Pokemon Sword and Shield got a few new features. And the details of them are there's going to be like a Pokemon camp where you can play with your Pokemon. A much more character customization system that's now more robust, as they said. And the most exciting thing that everyone was flipping out about on Twitter was a curry rice mode where you can customize curry dishes and eat them with your Pokemon and save them in your curry decks. Eat them with the Pokemon. So, yeah, I'm going to eat curry rice with my Pokemon in this game. It's always good. Animal Crossing New Horizons got a similar update. Details on the game's crafting mode, where you can collect raw materials around the island, craft tools, and use those tools to get more craftables, and so on and so forth. So there's that. They told us that. And there's some other stuff on it. Animal Crossing, the last one I had was, I think, New Leaf. And I played it and got mad because I was still in college and I had 2 jobs and I wanted to do something, but I had to literally wait until that time in the real world to do it, and I was always busy, and it frustrated me, and brrr. So, if there's a demo, please let there be a demo, because I'll play it again, and hopefully can transfer over my stuff. Trials of Mana, the remake of Seiken Densetsu 3! That'll be available April 24th, 2020. Cool. I know that, and now if you're listening to this, you know that. There's that news. And the last little bit that I'm going to talk about the Direct is Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast is coming on the Switch. I'm excited. I played this game. I liked it. It was fun. It was fun back in the day. I hope it's not a nostalgia factor, because me and Jared used to play all the Star Wars games, no matter what, including Episode 1 for PlayStation 1. We played the hell out of it and had a great time. And it's coming out September 24th. So this month we can play a classic Jedi Knight game. They're probably doing it because of the new Star Wars game coming out. I'm not I doubt that means they're going to announce it later on for Switch, because I'm guaranteeing it's definitely not launch, but then they might later on down the road pull like a Witcher or something. But yeah, so Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast is available on the Switch September 24th. Super Kirby Clash is out, and it's free to play. Kirby for 4 players with over 100 different quests. You'll fight enemies as a team of 4, either locally or online. And it's available. I downloaded it. I have not played it. It's free to play. I'm sure I can convince someone to play it with me. Just, hey, you got Switch. I'm sure my brother will do it. Just to say we did it. And then last but not least, Luigi's Mansion 3. There's a new mode. Luigi's Mansion 3 Scream Park mode. Not a lot of information, but a lot of video was on it, so I recommend going and watching the video. It's basically going to pit 2 to 8 players against each other in arena-style ghost battles. So basically, we're getting a multiplayer version, or multiplayer mode in Luigi's Mansion, which I'm super excited about. I love the first one on GameCube. I bought the one for 3DS day one. I pre-ordered it on my 3DS and played it at midnight and loved it. I love that game. I don't know why. I cannot wait for this game. And now there's a multiplayer mode, because I remember back in the day, games used to always. It seemed like at the beginning of the 360 era, PS3 and the PS2 era, the majority of games, the way a game was, even in the OG Xbox. So I guess I don't want to put myself fence myself in. But in my teens, it seemed like every game always had a single player mode where you had a campaign, and then you had the multiplayer of that game. Point in case, your Halo. You have your single player story, and then you have your multiplayer where all the characters can play multiplayer. Just every game kind of had those two things. It was rare for a game just to be single player. It was rare for a game just to be multiplayer. They usually always had both. So it's funny now, Luigi's Mansion will have a full single player and multiplayer, which just means the replay value goes up, and it just shut up and take my money, because I will play that game. I will play it. And the way Nintendo's doing DLC now, there could be DLC for it. And done correctly in a video game world that I like living in, I will pay for DLC. So the fact that they're doing this multiplayer mode makes me really excited. So that was basically the direct news. Let me know if I missed something. Yell at me on the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram. You can actually, I'll put out a link on those things so you can send voice clips to me. Just realized Anchor, the app I use to record this podcast, actually has that mode where I can, you guys can send me clips, like voice clips, and that'd be great. A new thing I want to do is tell you guys free games. Your PlayStation Pluses, your games with golds, your Nintendo Switches. I heavily covered the Nintendo Switch online stuff earlier because that was kind of just a dump of games. We're not sure when they're going to start trickling out games again, so to be determined or announced, or one of the TBs, one of those. So it looks like we'll start with games with gold. So Hitman, the complete first season, that's going to be free with your games with gold September 1st to September 30th. It's only on Xbox One. We Were Here is going to be free September 15th to October 15th on Xbox One. This one I'm excited about because this was like a cult classic with my friends. They'd always play, let's play the game where you fight the big ants. Earth Defense Force 2025 is going to be free September 1st to September 15th, and that's going to be on Xbox 360 or your Xbox One, wherever you want to play it, because any 360 game is instantly backwards compatible on Xbox One. And then finally, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, a lot of T's, is going to be free September 16th to September 30th on Xbox 360 and Xbox One. Not bad. I'm glad they're still doing the 360, and those games are instantly backwards compatible. I'm glad. I'm happy. This is great. Combined with Game Pass, since I have Game Pass Ultimate, I get gold games for free. I get my Game Pass games for free. I get super happy with it. PlayStation Plus, the 2 games you're getting for September, which are big games. Batman Arkham Knight. If you've not played this game, and you've even touched Batman, liked Batman, played the first 2, whatever, oh my god, please just download it. It's so good. I know people are going to complain about the Batmobile levels or whatever, or not really the levels, but the points where it forces you to use the Batmobile. I know people are going to complain. Whatever. We know. That's great. Whatever. I mean, I'm just trying to be happy we have these games. I just want to be happy that we have these games. There's a good Batman game. And then Darksiders 3 is going to be free. Don't know too much. I actually have the first two. I've got them for free on my Xbox. Not checked them out. It's just too many games. Too many games. But no, too many games. And not enough time. So, but no, yeah, there's your PlayStation Plus games. Your Batman Arkham Knight and your Darksiders 3. Both I recommend because I've heard nothing but good things about Darksiders 3. Arkham Knight, great game. So there's your free games for your systems. So go get some if you have the systems. And the last thing I want to talk about on this kind of short, Zach only, rambling blog podcast is Gears 5. Happy Gears Day. Happy Gears Day. God, I told you I can't sing. No, Gears 5 officially comes out today. If you have Game Pass Ultimate, you've already been able to play it. If you have Game Pass Regular, it's free right now. And if you don't have any of that, I guess just buy it, run it. I'm not sure. If you don't have an Xbox, I'm sorry, it's Xbox only. So that's the kind of the big game coming out right now. That came out. So I'm going to look at the Metacritic right now and see what it is. Oh yeah, there's the PC reviews. I forgot about that. I know it was getting really good reviews. I'm going to give you the Metacritic right now. The Xbox version is sitting at an 86, the user score 8.9, so great game. Generally favorable reviews is what it says. So generally favorable reviews are based on 56 critics. So I know there's a lot of critics on here. It did get a couple perfect scores. User score is always going to have a lot of perfects. VGC gave it a perfect. Mondo Xbox gave it a 95. Critical Hit gave it a 90. 90 from Daily Dot, which could be a 9. And my computer's super slow. So, fun game. My impressions. The online co-op is what I did first with Jared. Now, quick side note, just so you guys, if you don't know, we do stream. We're going to start streaming quite a bit. We both have really good internet. We need to do it more. It's right in our systems. We love all systems. Right now, I have an Xbox and a Switch because I'm poor and broke. I need to get a PS4, but I think I'm going to hold out for a PS5. Not the point I wanted to make, but we do stream on Mixer. Now, Xbox allows us to co-stream straight from our box, so we just click a couple buttons on our Xbox and we're good to go. No third-party stuff needed. And so it's easy to do, so we do it. My Mixer link is mixer.com/thriller_daddy. Don't ask. It's stupid. It's dumb. But it's Thriller, like the Michael Jackson album, and then Daddy. So mixer.com/thriller_daddy. And Jared's is mixer.com/jtony84. And that's JTONEY84. Now, you'll be able to hear him on my stream and me on his stream. And if you want, stream us both at the same time. The chat integrates to itself, so if you're on his stream and talk, I can see it. If you're on my stream and talk, he can see it, and vice versa. If you want to pull up two tabs and watch both of us, you can see both of our gameplay live and in person. Not really, but you know what I mean. So we streamed it. So if you go there, you can actually watch it. We have our stuff archived, video on demand, so you can watch us stream it and what kind of our impressions are. The game itself, the story, the gameplay, that stuff, great. Really liked it. Really liked it. I care more about this one than I did in 4. and I really want to see it through to the end. I really want to see where this goes. I have not finished it yet. I'll tell you why in just a second, but have not finished yet. I want to see where it goes. The graphics are great. Jared is playing on a 4K TV with HDR10, and he says the lighting effects and everything are phenomenal, which is what the big selling point for Gears 4 was the fact that it had particle effects, and if you had HDR, you could see more than you could on any other version and all that kind of stuff, or any other TV. You only need one disc, but anyways, looks great. It looked great on my 1080p TV. I had no problem with it whatsoever. It looked really, really good. The main difference is the gameplay it feels good. Going back to the old Gears, remembering how kind of clunky and kind of whatever they were, heavy. This one has the heavy, but you still feel in control. I haven't yet, either online or during the co-ops campaign, felt like the controls got in my way. I haven't felt that like my movement was hindered at all, or I died because of not being able to move in the direction I wanted to go. I feel like I'm completely in control of my character, which is huge for this game. When you die and you don't blame the game, that's the sign of a good game in my eyes. So that was really, really good. We did hop on to the multiplayer, and it was fun. The modes are fun. The pretty much kind of horde-ish mode they have now, where you have to escape, super fun. Blowing up the hive, and going stage, not really stage by stage, but like you go safe room to safe room and everything. That was fun. We hopped on there. I found a third guy. He was great. He kind of helped us through. He stole all of our ammo though. That was annoying. We ran out of ammo multiple times. So he showed us the way, and he didn't have a mic, and he took our ammo. So it was a give and take. We did complete it on our first, but it was beginner difficulty. We didn't know how to change it, didn't care how to change it. It just popped up, and we said, whatever, we're doing it. So that was really fun. The online multiplayer is fun. I'm glad because if you remember, the original, the old Gears multiplayer was one death per round kind of thing. So it's nice to have, the option to do this like a regular team deathmatch. And I'm pretty sure they added that in the other games. I can't off the top of my head remember when they started adding that mode in, but this one feels great, and I really had a lot of fun with it. I think I won my first round of that, won the first round of the evade or that mode where you leave. God, I'm such horrible at this. Everything was great until something happened. I don't know. I know the Coalition was tweeting about it, but it was great for about the first 2-ish hours or so. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, wow, finally a game that comes out when it says it's going to come out. It's completely done. It looks great. So far, we've had no glitches because I played it technically kind of the next day. I checked it out right when it came out, but I actually played it the next day because I was kind of worried there'd be glitches. Was no glitches. No one reported anything. There was no tweets. Everyone was loving it. And then it just stopped. And it went back and forth between the Coalition saying that they were updating servers. And now I know they tweeted about it, and I tweeted them, but I don't know which came first. I don't know if people were reporting issues and they did a server update to fix those, or if they were doing a server update just as kind of a day one maintenance thing to get out of the way. Either way, it just crashed it. Crashed it. Couldn't join, couldn't co-op, couldn't multiplayer, couldn't anything. They kept telling us it'll come on at this time. It'll come on at this time. It'll come at this time. Me and Jared, we gave up. We just had to give up. We both had work the next day and everything, so we gave up. Then played the next day. Great. Boom. Now all of a sudden, supposedly Xbox Live is down. So their core services went out, and we didn't give it a lot of time to fix itself. We just said, oh, okay, well, that was enough of that, and we called it right there. Now, from what I know, the last couple of days, it's been no problem. Everyone's been playing. I haven't heard anything from the Xbox Live support Twitter or the Coalition or anything. So I'm excited to play that again. I probably want to finish it with Jared.
I know we can do 3 people. I might ask one of my brothers to hop on, see if they want to play with us or whatever. But I do want to finish it. I think Jared and I have played almost every Gears except 4 in its completion, online co-op, except I think maybe one. Maybe one. That's one of my brothers now. Um, Not 100% sure, but no. Four. I played it in person, couch co-op with my brother, Isaiah, and we beat it in one sitting and had a blast playing it. So I will go back and rebeat it with him if need be because it was so much fun. This one's so far we haven't had the elevator level like we had in Gears 4 where the elevator it was a big backtrack mission. Just go all the way down and come all the way back up. Super not fun. So there was that. But anyways, that happened. So it was unplayable for the majority of the time that I had time to play it. Super excited about it, though. So it really is a testament to how well the Game Pass system is working because I like it. I tried PlayStation Live, and I tried it back when it was only streaming, and my internet was not good enough for it to work. So it was input lag city, unplayable. So Game Pass, when they said there was downloads, I was like, okay. And consistently with the Game Pass app, it's been doing great. It notifies me when new games are on there. I can download them. I start a download for my phone. I did a pre-download with Gears for my phone, so that was great. So, like I said, if you have these things, it's free. Game Pass or Game Pass Ultimate, either one. And for PC. PC, you can play PC as well. Really liked it. So I'm going to give probably some more impressions once it's beaten on the next podcast. But wanted to get this out there with the Gear stuff. Let you guys know what I thought initially. And if you have an Xbox and you're able to play it, I recommend it. It's really, really fun. It's really, really gory, as you could expect from the Coalition and the Gears series. And mind you, it's Gears 5, not Gears of War 5. I listened to an interview with the head of the Coalition. He was talking about how he actually wanted Gears of War 4 to beat Gears 4. And they pushed and pushed and pushed, and he gave up that fight. And then for 5, he said, no, Gears needs to be 5. He wanted the Gears of War to be 1 through 3, and Gears be 4 through 6 is what they were kind of going for with that kind of series, whatever. So probably won't normally do a big random talk about most games, usually the big ones. Excited for the next exclusive from Xbox. Excited for the next exclusive from PlayStation. Can't wait. This is totally not a Gears subject, but I cannot wait for Death Stranding now that I've actually seen gameplay. I'm super excited, and I will buy a PlayStation for that. I will find the money. I will beg, borrow. I won't steal, but I will find that money somehow because I want to play that game. So I'll probably do more of these in depth, a little bit longer. Little segments about a game, especially the exclusives and stuff. So Gears 5, really like it, really happy with it. I wasn't too worried. There was not a lot of, oh no, is it going to be good? Oh no, whatever. There is one worry I have, and I don't want anyone to spoil it in either the comments or the replies or anything, but I know one thing that I think even Ryan McCaffrey on the Xbox Unlocked podcast actually had there's a siren. He actually had the head of the Coalition on there, and he was talking to him, and he said, you just can't kill Marcus Phoenix. I don't care what you do, just don't kill Marcus Phoenix. And I am 100% team don't kill Marcus Phoenix. I don't know the end of the story, so I hope they don't. I haven't heard any rumors that they're going to. I haven't heard any big things that someone might die in the series, so we'll see. So Gears of War 5. Oh, fuck, I called it Gears of War. Oh, shit. Gears 5. I definitely recommend it. Alrighty, guys. Well, that was the podcast. I hope you guys had fun listening to me talk about stuff that I care about right now. Adult stuff, cool things. So I'm really glad you guys came back to listen. We're going to start doing this thing more regularly, like we wanted to in the beginning. That way, if someone's sick or whatever, we'll just throw a random guest on. It'll just be me, just be Jared, just be whoever. But you're going to get it. Like I said, I think we nail it down to, I think, on Fridays. So I know I'm recording this on Tuesday, releasing this on Tuesday on the 10th. So I think what's going to happen is I'm just going to start recording on Friday and just give you guys what I have for that moment. If something happens in between, we might throw a mini cast at you guys and tell you what our thoughts are immediately. If there's another big event, I wouldn't mind getting an immediate reaction of either myself or Jared or both of us or someone. So I just, I want to have more fun with this and interact with you guys more. And thank you for listening. And I just want to remind you guys that this is the only podcast where you can get the power up and win the game.